Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Hey, let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. On today's show, we're going to do a Bottle Logic Brewing beer. This is called a Quad IPA in this economy. Very strange name for a beer, but a lot of beers' names fall on that side of the fence. Very strange. This is a big boys beer, guys. 12%. I mean, there was a time, especially being a IPA style, that I loved these big monster IPAs, but not so much anymore. I've toned it back just a little bit since the heart attack, so don't drink quite so much heavy, thick beers anymore, and not as often anyway. 12%, 35 IBUs. This comes to me from Neil. So Neil, thanks a bunch. This is a big beer. So yeah, like I said, I hope it's a winner, guys. I think it's a little over the top now for my palate, but we shall see. Neil writes in his paper, Bottle Logic, they're out of Anaheim, California, 12%. He said the can date is 8/9/23. And it's not written in black, it's written in gold or yellow. Yep, that's what's getting on there. So this one actually has that date written on it. So and he says it costs $6.25, and I can understand that being a 12%. That it takes a lot of ingredients to make a beer that big and to do it well. That's the key there. I mean, anybody can throw a bunch of hops and malt in there, and then it could be a big boozy mess unless you figure it out and know what you're doing. So I'm sure there's a lot of trial and error before the final product is deciding on before it's brewed in big batches. So guys, that's what the little batch brewing is all about at the breweries, to fine tune those ingredients before they do the big batch. Anyway, if it's a winner, that they continue doing it, and if it's not, they move on. Next one will have different ingredients, guys. So according to Untappd, hazy quadruple IPA collaboration with Pure Project, so it's a collab beer. 12%. We've struck a free trade collaboration agreement with the fine folks at San Diego's Pure Project Brewing to bring our newest liquid asset to the market. A quad IPA in this economy emerges with a pale yellow haze, a hugely tropical aromatic output, and a bullish 12% ABV. They keep they've already said that twice, so they're proud of that 12%. Hugely tropical, and there's other, I mean, if you've been into beer, you know, Brewdog and so many others, Sam Adams Utopias, I mean, have strived to get that biggest beer brew title, and that doesn't interest me anymore. There was a time, yeah, but not anymore. And all you young bucks, y'all have at it. It says here, our diversified portfolio of Nectaron, Strata, Citra, Cryo hops lends flavors of grapefruit, pineapple, stone fruit to the palate's balance sheet, where bold malt sweetness tempers the punchy ABV and eases the hot bitterness into a delicious depreciation. By golly. Anyway, that was a mouthful now, wasn't it? Yes, it was. And again, they touting that 12% several times there. And we shall see if it's a little too boozy for me. But again, you're drinking at 12%. It's going to be boozier than a Budweiser, trust me. Anyway, got a big bear on it and a bull, whatever you, 12%, it could be either one. It's a bear and a bull together. So, let's find out. As they say in the, not Bruce Buffer, but his other one, Michael, no, it's his Bruce, does. It's time! We are live! Alright guys, swirl, swirl, let's get it, in case there is anything heavy sitting in the bottom. We want to make sure that gets into the glass and then in our belly. I don't see a whole lot of chunkiness, so we shall see. Usually, if there is any there, even if fine particulates that I can't see, will settle down and there'll be a little bit down in the bottom by the time I get to the end. But about a finger of head there, guys. It looks like orange juice in the glass to me. That looks extremely tasty. To the nose we go. Yeah, that's a smorgasbord of all kind of tropical fruit note. Oranges, pineapple, mango, and maybe even some melons and peaches. Very, very pleasant smelling. And believe it or not, I was expecting a little bit stronger booziness or alcohol on the nose. Doesn't smell that. There's a little bit there, but it could be a lot worse. That's not good. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Neil. Thank you, my brother. Now, there's a little bit more in the taste. That's definitely a big boy's beer. Well, like I said, I mean, that could probably be just as tasty at 9.5%. 10 max. I think anything more than 10%, it's just boozy to be boozy. I don't know. I mean, I think the middle ground there is like Budweiser. 5%. Anything 5%, middle ground. And then twice that is 10%. Especially for this style, for an IPA or any kind of ale, lighter colored ale, not a dark beer like a stout or a porter or a barley wine or a strong ale or something that's going to have a deeper, richer malt base. But tasty, very tasty. Just slightly boozy, so if your palate's not used to drinking at 12%, you may find this a little on the boozy side. But if you are used to drinking 8-9%ers, you'll probably enjoy this extremely. And it's coming out like yogurt. So again, make sure you swirl it up and you get everything that's in there. And that's really not a bad price. $6.25 for a 12%er. Man, I have paid more for less alcohol many times, so not a bad price, and it's really tasty. Just drink this at home, have a designated driver, don't do nothing stupid, don't make me slap you. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. Big boy's beer, very tasty. If you're not used to drinking big boy beers, might be a little boozy. I liked it. This is a nice change up from my typical 7-8%ers. I would seriously recommend drinking this at home, or at least have a designated driver, Uber, taxi, friend, somebody. Please, if you have more than one of these, I mean, this is 2+ beers in a can. Just be aware of what you're, Even if you're having a big meal, sometimes the alcohol in what you're eating, the alcohol's still going to win out. So it doesn't always counterbalance. Oh, I had a big meal, but I had several big beers. So just be aware of that, guys. It can get you into trouble. Drink responsibly. End of PSA. Final chug. I liked it, guys. Wonderful aroma. Super tasty. And if you're a young buck and you want to get into hammerlaying fast, several of these will put you right there. No doubt about it. Alright, guys, as far as I'm concerned, for an occasional beer, it's a solid A. Dates on it, ABVs on it, 95 for me. 12%, you got to realize what you're drinking. If it seems boozy, your palate is probably not accustomed to this magnitude of beer. And again, you say, well, if your palate is accustomed to that magnitude of beer, you might be an alcoholic. I'm not going to argue with that. But just be aware of what you're drinking. This is not a 5% beer. But it is super tasty if you're drinking at home like I am. I ain't driving, homie. I ain't driving. I'm just going to stagger down the hallway and fall down into bed. Anyway, super tasty. I loved it. Neil, thanks a bunch. I do appreciate it. Solid 95 for me, guys. Over to Beer Advocate, no score. Over to Untapped, they have it at 4.18 out of 165 ratings. Fairly new beer, or a small footprint or distribution area. So, with that being said, if you've had a Quad IPA in this economy from Bottle Logic Brewing, let me know what you think, guys. I liked it. To meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.